it's Allison. For this episode, we're going to talk about the Parade of Homes. One builder in particular that we're staging for, Nesloney. He has a house in the bigger subdivision, and kind of run through processes of construction and building houses and the builders we work with.
Don't wait for me, honey. Don't wait, 'cause I'm always heading your way.
We're really excited about this house. It's going to turn out really cool. Trust Allison, and everything that she does, she's ever put together for us has turned out incredible. So I know this one's going to be even better. So
yeah, we're excited. So he's actually done all the selections actually for the house, like lighting and tile and stuff, and we are just doing the furniture on it. But he's awesome to work with. He knows what he wants, and so we're going to walk through the house and figure out furniture options and layout. I met Jason Nesloney a couple years ago. I naturally gravitated towards his style. It's different. He's adventurous, he's creative, and I like that. It's not the same thing that you see everywhere around town.
Coming into the entry, flooded with natural light here. We got a bunch of natural light coming in off of the porch. Gonna have light color walls, probably white, with white trim. Light's really gonna bounce in here, but warm color floors, probably do some sort of maybe a concrete look tile of some sort on the fireplace.
We had talked about working together on a few homes, which we did, but before that he had asked me to stage his Parade of Homes last year, and we did. Me and my girls went in there and staged it, and it turned out really well. It's just cool. I really like his process, and it's nice to have somebody kind of collaborate with, and he's one of those builders that you can really talk processes through and appreciates feedback, and I appreciate his feedback, and works with the architect great, and it's just a good relationship. So we started the next 6 houses of his together, and it's fun. I like to be able to not do the same thing in every house, and I think he appreciates that. So then it led into staging his parade for this next year, which is a big house, and it's gonna be awesome.
What ideas would you have seeing this space?
Are you wanting, like, what did you talk about over here, like in the entryway?
So I'm gonna do an accent wall here, and I'm not sure exactly if maybe we set up like some coat hooks or something. Yeah. So when visitors come, they can hang their stuff up, or how we stage that. But I was thinking nevertheless of putting like an accent there.
Like wallpaper or tile, or like what type of?
It could be a wood treatment,
okay,
or maybe even a tile. Okay. Definitely would.
So his taste, or like if he can do anything he wants on a house, which he actually does a lot of the design work himself. He has a little bit of an industrial taste in it. Sometimes it's exposed, the HVAC units, like the ductwork and stuff. It's a lot of black. I like a lot of black in a house. I feel like he gravitates towards using more natural elements and industrial and kind of moody and dark, which I like because people are scared of that, and I like that he's bold.
Do you want to stay with the sectional or do 2 sofas?
2 sofas are great too.
Okay, so if we run 2 sofas right here, and then like either a bench or a couple chairs?
Yes.
Okay. Are you doing built-ins on either side, or are you just gonna leave it where it kind of zigzags back?
I originally had built-ins figured, but being how the LVLs lined up with the original framing, you can still see where the fireplace originally was.
Yep.
It was gonna leave for a really funky little space there. So I pulled that wall out, in essence, then limiting the side space for built-ins. I don't know that we're gonna end up doing them.
Yeah, I think it looks good without built-ins. So if we did 2 sofas right here, we can either do lamps on either side, or just leave it, or some sort of like skinny tall artwork on either side of it. Yeah. Do 2 sofas and like a long.
My favorite area to work on in the house that's kind of tricky. I like kitchens a lot. Kitchens, it's kind of like you try to reinvent the wheel, and it's like there's only so many things that you can do in it, but I like to bring in something unique in a kitchen.
In the kitchen, we just have, massive island here, probably do a waterfall even on the sides.
Okay.
And you know, side-by-side fridge freezer over there, range here,
Okay.
so forth. So staging-wise here, I mean, probably plant material and a couple of bar stools. I would say actually it would probably fit 5 or 6 anyway.
Okay. And maybe like a leather or like a neutral colored fabric to go in with that.
Ooh, my goals for Jason's home. Well, obviously, for it to stand out. I like for somebody to be able to walk into a house and it not look like every other house during the parade. I feel like so many people come through the parade and you see so many houses in a short amount of time, you forget. I even forget. Like I get home and I'm like, what was that one, you know? And it usually has to have something that just pops, that sticks out. That way, whenever they come back, it's like, I remember this house because it had, like last year in his house, I did 2 green sofas and I did a lot of vintage rugs and stuff, and the sofas were that and this chair actually. And people would say, oh, that was the house that had the green sofas in it, which was kind of cool that people remembered that. It actually gives me so much anxiety to think about it being a competition, but my goal is really to have it stand out because it values him on his business, it values me on my business. We get people that have come through, like I still get people that have come through and they're like, oh, you did the 2016 parade, and it's just crazy to think that people remember that. So I usually like to have something stand out in the furniture or in the artwork and be real bold because you remember it. It sticks in your brain for a really long time.
Table, I think we could fit probably like a, you think maybe 8 foot?
Yeah, you could probably do 8 foot. So if it holds 8 to 10 people on it, I think that would be good.
Yeah, that could be good.
And then are you doing a built-in here?
Yes.
Okay.
Yeah.
So some dishes. Is it like a wine bar or is it just, what are you gonna, or a buffet piece?
Kind of thinking like somewhere in between the two, maybe even. For sure, you know, a wine bar be a great thing for it. Maybe a liquor cabinet, maybe some floating shelves above it.
Okay, I think that'd be good. Are you gonna do a mini fridge or a beverage fridge?
In here we are. I'm gonna do a wine cooler fridge in here in the butler's pantry.
I always feel like staging a parade, I kind of treat it like a custom home. We need to be planning months out. And like on a custom home, whenever we start talking about furniture, ideally I like to start talking about it whenever we're framing, mainly right now in the past 2 years because it can take anywhere like a year to get a sofa in, even longer. The custom stuff takes longer than that sometimes. I work with certain vendors and we're all about, you know, going as fast as possible. But right now, whenever we go back and order something, or we go back and order a sofa and it says it will be here in April, like we know it's June, like it constantly gets pushed back. A lot of it is from a budget standpoint. It takes us a while to price things out. If we have to switch items out because it's no longer available, like it's funny because people think you can turn around furniture numbers in like a day, and it takes a long time actually to pull it all together and get the artwork done and all of that stuff.
Okay, so in the master, we've got storefront glass here, looking out onto the back patio. I'm also thinking about right above the LVL having like a swivel down TV.
Oh yeah.
So in a master bedroom, whether it's, you know, a custom or a spec, it's funny because people are like, oh, we want, you know, the bed that outstands the dresser. And it's like, do you need a dresser? Well, nowadays in new homes, we don't need that because we have so many built-ins in a closet. We really focus on that inside closets. I like in the master to be able to have your bed, you know, your nightstands, lamps. I like a lot of outside lighting besides just the fixture overhead. If there's room, I like to create a separate, you know, sitting space where you can sit down and put on your shoes, or so many people have TVs now in their rooms, and that way you can sit down and you don't feel like you have to just lay down on your bed to watch TV, or if you have kids and all of that stuff, like there's somewhere outside of the bed to sit on.
And then the furniture, I'm open to any kind of ideas that you have on that.
What are you doing on the floor in here?
LVT.
Okay, so we can do a rug and yeah, just probably like a lot of like natural layers. Yeah, textures, yep.
Okay.
Are you gonna do a curtain rod or anything like that up there? Or are you gonna leave this window
I think I'm gonna leave it open.
Okay,
considering
that way the TV can come
the
down.
TV as well.
Okay. I think that'll be good though. And then
I know whenever I go in my room, I don't watch very much TV in there. Like I'm either asleep or I don't just go in there and sit down to read, and a lot of people do. So if you bring in a chair or something outside of that, it won't make you feel like you're forced to just lay down and watch TV. In a master bedroom, I really do like to create a separate seating area if there's room for that. And it to feel like a retreat, you know, somewhere for you to escape after everybody's in bed and work. So, yeah. Thanks for watching this monthly series where we talked about Nesloney Homes and parade and all that stuff and staging. You can find me on my website, 235designs.com, Instagram, Facebook, Twitter, TikTok, all the stuff. We're everywhere, YouTube. Stay tuned for more because we're really liking doing this video series.